Alright, we should be live. Okay. Alright, we are live. What's going on, Zach?
Nothing much. Just pulling up everything for the slate.
Yeah, we got a big one. We got an 11 gamer. We got a lot of stuff to tackle. Let me get my news up here. Yeah, we got a pretty big slate, man. We got 11 games. It's been a while since we have 11 game slate. Usually like 9 or 10, but yeah. So we're gonna chunk through this game by game, and let's see. We'll give some people some time to get in here.
What game are we talking about first? So I'm going to pull everything up.
First one will be the Hornets game. I'm going to put out this tweet in the chat. Get some more viewers in here.
Speaking of somebody, I need to go make sure that he is in my starting lineup on Yahoo.
Yeah.
He is.
Who?
Oh, you know who.
I don't. Oh, Towns?
Yeah.
Yeah, for sure.
I'd take Kimba out because he doesn't play on back-to-backs, too.
Yeah, I saw that.
I had Zeller to throw up in there, so we good. Dude, I offered, because I have a ton of guards, I offered Bob's official team straight up Trae Young for Embiid. Okay? Trae Young's ranked 13th. Embiid's ranked 14th. He has a ton of good forwards and centers. Not a lot. He has Harden and Levine as his good guards. That's it. And could easily, be fine doing that trade. Same with me. Trae Young is better than Embiid on a points basis this year so far anyway, and has missed the same amount of games as Embiid. He sends me back a trade for Towns and Trae Young for Embiid plus Brandon Clark. And I messaged him. I was like, that was a terrible counter, right? And he said, yeah, I know it was, but you sending me a worse player for Embiid, why would I accept that? I was like, Trae Young is better than Embiid this year. What are you talking about? I was like, I thought we'd be good trade partners because of what I just told you. Like, idiot.
Yeah, I don't know. All right.
You could be like, no. You could just be like, no, I don't want to trade Embiid, but you can be like, Trae Young is worse. He's ranked higher. Stupid people, man.
All right, let's go ahead and let's get it going here. We got a couple of viewers. What's up, Bagwell? What's up, Jerworm? Thanks for coming in, hanging out. All right, let's get it going.
Jerworm, I don't know when FanDuel will get their head of their ass. They messaged me again this morning saying, we're still looking into the situation. I mean, look, he was 33% owned. Like, how the fuck? Like, it's so stupid. It isn't like a 2% owned guy that, a couple people got affected. Like, he was decently owned by the field, and you couldn't switch. Either they need to what I think could end up happening is what they would be smart to do is unlock that player. If you have him in your lineup, you can switch because this was an early game. Everybody could have switched off of him. They don't have to issue refunds. It would have been fine. It's just stupid. There was having that spot open with the Isaiah Stewart news would open up a crap ton of things that we could have done. It's just annoying that they're I don't know why these DFS companies can't do that when it's an early game. Like when Isaiah Roby got rolled out, which was before lock, and we got off of that just fine. Agwell, I guess you played Hero and some personals on DK. Just keep pestering them. Just be like, it was post lock, all this stuff, whatever. Which they don't have to. I was surprised earlier in the season when someone got the game got canceled, that they even did refund money because I think it's because there was nothing to switch to. But we knew it before. I don't know if we'll get anything back on FanDuel or not because if anyone's been playing DFS for a while, they know the infamous roof leak game that they did not refund
that was
for.
Horrible.
Yeah, they did not refund for that. So I somehow cashed that night having 3 people from that game because it was the chalkiest game on the slate too. So it was a wild night. But okay, yeah, Minnesota and Charlotte. Sorry.
Yeah. All right, let's get it going. We got some viewers in here and they can trickle in, and I put another promo in there. So we'll see if we get it. All right, first game out of 11. Got the Timberwolves taking on the Hornets. The Hornets are 3.5-point favorites, and the over-under is 229. Let me see what kind of injury news we've got. Just Devontae Graham is a game time decision. I don't know if he's gonna play. Toss up to play, it says. And then D'Angelo Russell's out.
Yeah, we know D'Angelo Russell's out. So here's what I've been talking about. I said when Towns comes back, watch for him being low priced. He wasn't 2 days ago. Was 90. Well, I mean, he was for who he is. He was 9,700 going against a tough Los Angeles Clippers team. I was like, no, I'm not going to play that. I put him as like the last center play because I was like, you could play him in GPPs. It's not the stupidest thing. He didn't pay off. He didn't. But now he's 9,300 against Charlotte. He played 31 minutes last night, or last time, not last night, 2 days ago. I see him playing 34 today. I mean, okay, we at least know that he'll play 31. This game should stay competitive, especially with Towns in there. I mean, he got a double-double last time, shot 15 times, shot well. I like cash builds. I really like starting them with Towns. It's just a great spot for him, and he's too cheap, and he's playing over 30 minutes coming back. I expect him to get a little bit more today. I mean, there's no reason for me to expect that he would play less minutes. And at his price, he can easily produce 50 points, and I'm very happy with that.
Yeah,
LaMelo Ball's too much, especially if Graham is back. No there for me. Even if Graham is out, I don't like LaMelo at that price still. Just too much variance in what he can do. Gordon Hayward at 7,300 is a pretty fair price. He's playing just a lot of minutes a game. Not here recently because I've been getting blown out or doing blowing out. So, but before that, when they were in competitive games, he's playing big minutes. He's playing 36 plus minutes. He's a good price. I still fuck you, Gordon Hayward, but Harry Rozier, I've been preaching him every single time here recently. Yeah, he had a foul trouble game, played 27 minutes on a blowout, and he erupted again against Memphis. This is just a dude that's too cheap for his price tag right now with no Devontae Graham. If Devontae Graham is out, if Devontae Graham, we'll know this news by block as well. I really like Terry Rozier on DraftKings at 6,600. Anthony Edwards at 6,100. Towns kind of sucked away a lot of his usage. I really liked him with D'Angelo Russell out, but with Towns back, it's just a lot of usage you're not going to get anymore. Watch for Vanderbilt starting potentially next to Towns. I don't know who they started next to him last time. They've talked about doing that lineup. Looks like they have a Kogi as the power forward potentially right now. Just watch for Vanderbilt starting. He's a decent price on DraftKings. If he's starting, I don't mind him even next to Towns. It's just he does produce when he's out there, and I don't know how much straight up value we have on this slate right now. So that's all I have for on DraftKings.
All right, yeah, on FanDuel, I think Towns. We talked about it a little bit. Towns is out of play at 10-1.
Yeah,
not out of play, just not a great play.
I think he's out of play at 10-1.
LaMelo Ball is 7,700. It's not. What is it on DraftKings?
76.
76. Yeah.
86.
Oh, holy shit. Okay. Yeah.
LaMelo's fine on FanDuel.
Yeah. Gordon Hayward 7,600. May I play?
Yeah.
I like Terry Rozier. I'm with you. He's 6,400.
Yeah, but so now the gap between him and LaMelo is getting a lot closer. LaMelo was 8,300 and Terry Rozier was 6,100. So I mean, you're talking about 2K difference. Now you're talking about $1,300 difference, almost like a half cut. So it makes me want to get a little bit more LaMelo than Rozier, but I'm fine with either one of them if one of them worked better for the lineup that I'm building. So
yeah, for sure.
I like both of them. I don't think you should play both though.
Yeah. Just keep an eye on the Graham news. Ricky Rubio's projected to get the start at 5,400. He's just a vet, and he's kind of dusty. And then I don't really want to target. Well, I mean, Zeller actually has a great matchup with Towns.
Yeah, with Towns. His minutes have been down though. This is what I was saying a week and a half ago when I picked him up in the league, 2 weeks ago, whatever it was, that he was playing these big minutes, and this isn't who Zeller is. And then now his minutes have been down. I mean, you can attribute it to them blowing people out recently, like I was saying with Rozier and stuff. But then last game, he only played 22 minutes. So I don't think this is who he is still. I think now, I know I played him the last time and everything was fine. He got 19 at 5,400, which wasn't fine, but everything was fine with the lineup overall.
I really do think it's a lot of blowouts, Zach. I'm looking through the game log here.
I mean, look at the last game. Look at the last game. They didn't blow out Memphis.
Yeah. Well, I mean, they're down, no, actually, they were down the entire fourth quarter by. I remember I bet on this game, and they were down. Almost 20 going into the fourth quarter. So I do think he lost a little bit of run there.
I mean, maybe. I
that
mean,
game.
okay, even
Then
if he played the whole fourth quarter, he gets 35. Like, I mean, he was
still,
played 34 and 39, 31. Like,
as long as he gets over
I
30
just don't know.
minutes. What I'm saying
I
is
don't
Jazz
think you need him
blowout.
on 11 game slate.
Wizards, they won. I mean, it's 20
Unless
points.
center's just terribly priced today. I mean, he's obviously well priced.
Yeah.
I haven't looked at the rest of the centers, but right now I'm saying you don't need him. If I keep looking at centers and they're all just terribly priced, then he's a really good play.
Yeah. Okay. All right, I think we can move on. Let's move on to the next game. We got a lot of games. We've got the Knicks taking on the Wizards. The Knicks are favored 2.5 points, and the over/under is 219.5. What do you like from this game?
I like Randall on DraftKings, as I always do. I like Westbrook without any Beal.
Yeah, there's no Beal, so that's big
Yeah.
news.
Watch who starts for Beal. I imagine it may be like Jerome Robinson. It may also be like a Raw Neto or Ish Smith. They may run that out there too.
They're saying it's Howell Neto right now.
Yeah, I can easily see him starting. I'm just saying, watch out for Jerome Robinson getting in that position as well. Raw Neto on DraftKings at 4,200 is fine. I don't mind. I don't even mind really at 5,700. But remember, this New York team is slowing games
Slow pace.
down. Yeah. Mitchell Robinson's fine for GPPs at 5,100. Yeah, the rest of this game, I mean, it's really Westbrook, Neto, and
I just don't see how you don't play Westbrook, dude.
whoever starts for Beal, it'll be Westbrook and Randall for me from this game, and that's about it.
How do you not play Westbrook? He's 8,700 on FanDuel.
He's too cheap on both sides for no Beal.
Right. Yeah,
He's too cheap
Randall's
on both
86. He's too cheap, I think. Ruby's decent at 56.
Hey, you said Randall's 86
on FanDuel.
That's way too cheap.
I know.
Way too cheap.
Lynn's not getting enough minutes yet. Wow, RJ Barrett just came down to earth. His price is 5,300 now.
Yeah,
that's crazy. This is a good.
I mean, he's been doing really bad though. He hasn't been getting the same minutes. It's a good matchup for him. It's a good bounce back spot. I can see playing him on FanDuel at 5,300. It's a good price.
Cheap, man. It's super cheap. Yeah, I don't mind Mitchell Robinson. I mean, they've only got Alex Lynn, and they only run him fucking 20 minutes out there, so
yeah,
I don't mind that at all. That's all I've got from this game.
Let's move on.
All right, next one we got the Pelicans taking on the Mavericks. The Mavericks are 3-point favorites. The over/under is 232.5. One of the highest.
So DraftKings, you can always play Luka. Obviously, I don't love the matchup though. You can always play Porzingis when he's. I mean, 8,300's fine. There's just a wide range of outcomes that he's been getting this year. The rest of this game is just well priced. I don't mind Steven Adams. He hasn't been playing as much since comeback from injury. He hasn't been playing as well. They're playing Juancho Hernan-Gomez, or not. It's Willie Hernan-Gomez, but he's been playing minutes. Jackson Hayes has still been playing a few minutes. I don't.
Yeah.
I don't like anything really from this game on DraftKings.
Yeah, I don't
except
mind
for
Luka. Yeah, Luka's priced up.
It's Luka. You can always play Brandon Ingram or Zion when they're around these prices, but that's it.
Yeah. Yeah, Luka on FanDuel. I like him. And I like Zion at straight 8K. I like that. I don't hate Josh Richardson at 5K. He's been, ever since he came back, he's been doing pretty well. What do you think about DFS at 42?
I don't think you need to get to him on an 11 game slate.
Probably facts.
If we're talking about a 3 or 4 game slate, yeah, go for it. But it's 11 game slate. I don't think you need to get that.
Yep, and we don't have any injury news, so I think we can go ahead and move on from here. It's Luka, Zion, or Ingram. That's about it. All right. Next game up, you got the Spurs taking on the Hawks. The Hawks are 2-point favorites. The over/under is 224.5.
Yeah, so on DraftKings, the first person I get to in this game is Kevin Huerter. Like DeJounte Murray at 6,800 is it's too much for me. And that's what I warned everyone when he played Golden State on the back-to-back in 3 of 4. I was like, I don't know if I'd be this high on DeJounte Murray like the rest of the field is. And then, well, he gets popped. He plays 26 minutes, gets 14 points at like 70% ownership. Kevin Huerter is the first one that I want to go to. He's still a decent price. He's really good on FanDuel. He's pretty good on DraftKings. The rest of this game on DraftKings is just kind of like it's just no. So yeah, Kevin Huerter for me on DraftKings. That's it.
Nice. Durant will play on Saturday. That's good for me.
Nice. I mean, yeah, he was gonna. That was the first day he's really gonna be available.
Yeah.
DeAndre Jordan ruled out for Friday or Saturday.
Yeah, so you got Trey at 10-1. He's not bad. He's been playing pretty well recently.
Tomorrow
DVR
will be
is
Norvell
28.
Pell Chalk Day potentially.
Yeah. Let's see. Yeah, I really like Herter at
Yeah,
5,300.
Herder on
He's
FanDuel
gonna
is
be
a
a
near cash
yeah.
game
He's gonna
block.
be a and I talked to Zach about this before the pod. I really like Derek White at 4,700. He's
He's
been
fine.
getting about 28 minutes. This should be a good matchup for him. And he's coming. He just rested today, so they could bump his minutes up even more to over 30. So I really like
I
him. He's
don't
too
I don't
cheap.
I don't see how he's getting over 30 minutes on this team. I don't. Like Pop is playing all these people. Like I mean like the biggest minutes he's played was when Lonnie Walker was out with an illness.
Mm-hmm.
Lonnie Walker is back now.
21.
He's playing all these people. I don't see any of these people getting a ton of minutes except for DeJounte Murray and DeMar DeRozan. I see them getting like 32 to 34. I see Derek White at like 26 to 28. I see Lonnie Walker at like 22 to 26. Like Keldon Johnson will push right at 30 if he's playing well. He'll push more if he plays really well. I just don't see how any of these people get a lot of minutes. They're guard heavy. Patty Mills is going to continue to get minutes.
Yep.
I don't understand how they can. Yes, Derek White can smash at 4,700 in 30 minutes if he gets there. I don't know if he does. He has a wide range of outcomes still.
Sure.
I don't know.
Yeah, he's been shooting really bad since he came back, but I expect that to kind of regress to the mean there. Let's talk about Gallo. He's 4,100 on FanDuel.
No.
Nope.
No,
Not
not on an 11 game slate. I'm not
Yeah.
playing a guy off the bench that I don't know what his minutes are going to be at 4,100. No.
Yeah, I get it. I mean, he is picking up some ownership.
I'm not playing him on. He's 4,800 on. Yeah, I mean maybe he's small forward, right?
Yeah.
I mean if there's no other good small forward, yeah, you can go there. But I don't know if we'll need to or not. We'll see. I mean 4,100 is fine. But you got to remember he's coming off the bench. So think about who he's going to be playing against. You've got Rudy Gay. You've got Keldon Johnson runs a lot of that bench rotation. Lonnie Walker, like especially Rudy Gay. You're talking about decent defenders. So I don't know. It's not like he's running the offense as a backup either. So I don't. Kevin Huerter or Trae Young is almost always out there. They're staggering a lot of those 2 minutes. Trae Young's playing most of the first quarter. Kevin Huerter's been coming out at about 7 minutes and then coming back in to start the second. So he's not like he's a ball handler. Not like he's ever been one either. So I don't know. Yeah, he played 30 minutes last time against Dallas, and I expect him to play that much. He's not going to play more than that off the bench. And there's a very good path to him playing less than that too. He's still coming off the bench. Like you can say his minutes limit is whatever. It doesn't mean he's going to play that amount of minutes. So I'm surprised he actually got to 30, but he still only got 19 points. So he's fine. But if there's not another good small forward value or we need value, then yeah, it's fine. But, I mean, we could potentially get Mason Plumlee out again and get Isaiah Stewart at power forward, and we have like a ton of value. So we'll just have to see.
Yeah. Okay. Question in the chat. What do you think about John Collins?
Yeah, John Collins has been playing really well. I don't know that this is the best matchup for him though. Poeltl's defense is pretty good underneath, and then he's going to be hammered around by Keldon Johnson and DeMar DeRozan are on the outside. I don't think it's a good matchup for him as much. Dallas and Toronto, like I said on the pod, I don't know if we had a pod when he played Dallas, but on Toronto, I was like, this is a pretty good matchup for him. Toronto's been pretty bad. He did well, didn't do crazy, and then he did really well against Dallas. Those two teams have poor power forward defense. I said it on a pod that I said Porzingis has not been playing defense. I was like, he's very offensively adept. Like literally said those words. I was like, but not defensively. And then there we go. So I don't mind Collins, but his price has kind of come up a little bit. You're getting towards that like top of his price, and I don't want to buy in at the wrong time.
Yeah, for sure. I agree with that take. All right, man. Let's move on. That's a decent game to target.
Let's go to the next game.
We've got the Pistons taking on the Celtics. Celtics are 7.5-point favorites. The over/under is super low, 211.5. That seems weird. 211.5. That's crazy. Why is it so low? What am I missing here?
Because the Pistons are terrible overall, and Boston doesn't have Kemba Walker, and so I mean, it's just a slower paced game. But with no Kemba, you can play Tatum and Brown obviously all the time. Tatum is my more priority on DraftKings over Brown. Tatum just does his own thing and will usually get enough points. So I wouldn't play Jaylen Brown on DraftKings today in cash. Obviously, you can play him in GPPs. Jeremy Grant is an enigma. Like half the time, I don't know what to do with him. Remember, Blake Griffin will be out today. He's not playing on a back-to-back. So Blake being on the court actually helps Jeremy Grant. I don't think Jeremy Grant's going to match up super well against Tatum, so I probably won't play Jeremy Grant today. I've been playing him a lot in these 7K price tags, but probably not today. I don't mind Josh Jackson, who could potentially get a start today. So Josh Jackson is just going to go out there. Like if he plays, he's going to shoot the ball as many times as he can. He's going to rush every single rebound. He's going to do every single thing possible, and he's going to foul out in the process. If he doesn't foul out, then his upside is gigantic. But if he gets a start, I don't mind Josh Jackson. One thing that I want to make sure that I get from this game is Isaiah Stewart. If Mason Plumlee's out, he was ruled out yesterday due to right elbow bursitis. He could still be out for that. That's not like a thing that if he was ruled out literally like at lock for that, almost at lock for that game at tip off, then I can see him being inactive again today. That makes Isaiah Stewart the best value play on the slate, not even close. No, we're not going to get any better value than that. That is the best value. It's not close. That's it. Move on. Both sites. That's it. Play Isaiah Stewart if he is in the game. And okay. So it's for me. It's Isaiah Stewart and it's Jason Tatum, potentially Josh Jackson if he gets a start. That's it.
Yeah, I don't hate it. Tatum's 9,500 on FanDuel.
Yeah, that's a little bit tougher pill to swallow. And Randall at 8,600 is a much better play than that. And if Isaiah Stewart's in, that's both your power forwards. So for me on FanDuel, Randall, Stewart, move on from power forward.
Yeah, for sure.
Randall 8,600 is a joke.
Yeah, we got a question in the chat. Carlo wants to know if we like Pritchard at $3,900 on FanDuel.
Yeah, that's really not bad. I think he's like 40 something on DraftKings. Let me make sure of that before I just am spouting crap. He's 3,800 on DraftKings. Yeah, if he gets a start, I don't mind him actually on both sites. I'm actually sorry I skipped over him. I have him written down. That's my B.
Yeah, he's start. He's projected to start the one.
Yeah, I imagine him to start. How much is he on FanDuel?
3,900.
Yeah, so you're probably playing Westbrook and Pritchard on FanDuel cash. There's two more. That's another position filled up for you. Congratulations. Anyone that's listening.
Just a free square. So
as long as he starts. Now you could get Jeff Teague starting. I still wouldn't panic. Pritchard's gonna see plenty of run. And I really do expect him to start. Yeah, that was my bad for skipping over that. Thank you for whoever mentioned that
in the chat.
You would have seen it in the top 5 and stuff later. So it's fine. But yeah, he's a good play too. Yeah. I kind of got hung up on the Isaiah Stewart thing.
That's all right. I should have read the starting lineup before we went into that game anyway. So.
It's all good. I mean, I was talking about how Kimba was out. I just didn't want to talk about who was going to replace him. But yeah, we can move on to the next game now. Chargers.
All right.
Chargers.
We've got the Clippers taking on the Bulls. The Clippers are 7.5-point favorites. The over/under is 227.5. And then let's do an injury news. Wendell Carter's still out. Markkanen out. Otto Porter Jr.
Wendell Carter's questionable, by the way.
Yeah. It says game
or no, doubtful. He's doubtful. Whatever. He's not going to play.
And then Paul George
saying that
he
isn't. He's getting closer to coming back. Yeah, Paul George is still out.
So that makes the lineup Beverly, Kennard, Kawhi, Batum, Ibaka.
Beverly and Reggie. Reggie's still in the starting lineup. He still started the other night when Beverly came back. It'll be Beverly, Reggie, Kawhi, Batum, Ibaka, unless they start Kennard over tonight. I know it's projected as Kennard, but Reggie stayed in the starting lineup the last time they played, so I expect that to continue.
Okay.
And Reggie's outplayed Kennard on every level so far this year too, so I don't understand why he wouldn't be starting. It's not like they need Reggie to come off the bench. Lou's doing that. They already have a guard coming off the bench that can shoot, that can do these things, and Lou has been playing better too.
Yeah.
So there's no reason for Kennard to start, in my opinion. And Kennard's not that good of a defender, so I was saying unless they want him to defend Zach LaVine, but I think Reggie can do just as good a job as Kennard's going to do. So going into plays from this game, I think you can still play Kawhi. Paul George is out. I expect this game to be competitive. LaVine's going to be able to, there's going to be a lot of scoring that he has to do. He scored 46 real life points against New Orleans. He shot insane from the floor, period.
This dude is
Shot 17 to
scorching
25
this
and
year.
9 for 14 from 3. I'm not expecting that every night. I'm not paying 9,200 for Zach LaVine against. He's going to see some Kawhi defense. He's going to see this and that. I'm not paying 9,200, but 9,500 for Kawhi. Really like. The rest of this game on DraftKings is kind of just a gloss over looking through prices. I don't mind Batum at 5,200. He has a decent upside in good in like matches like this. He's shooting an okay amount. He almost got a double last game if he would have just hit another 2-pointer. So I don't mind him. This is a good front court front court for him to match up with. So don't mind him. The rest of this game is a no for me though. So Luke Kennard or Kawhi Leonard and Batum on DraftKings, and that's it.
Yeah. I'm just looking through some FanDuel plays here. Kobe White is still too cheap at 5,600. They're going to need his scoring with LaVine's.
He just played 34 minutes, shot 20 times. But the thing is, on FanDuel, I don't know how you're getting there with Peyton Pritchard starting and Russell Westbrook. There's no way you can get there.
Yep, I agree. I'm just saying if you want to get different from the field, that's the way to get different. Batum looks good to me. And yeah, I don't like anything else because you're not going to be able to get to Reggie Jackson or Beverly because you've got way better point guards there.
So. Yeah, no.
All right, next one we've got the Bucks taking on the Jazz. The Bucks are dogs. The Jazz are 2.5-point favorites. And
as the Bucks should be dogs. Yeah, they played like trash.
Jazz are good. The over/under
should
is
100% be dogs.
233.5. I mean, look,
that says something too. Conley's out. I know Drew Holiday's also out, so that kind of cancels out each other.
Yeah.
But for them to still be dogs with like their point guard out, I know both teams have it, but I thought actually Drew Holiday may gain a little bit from like point-wise being out versus Conley. So, but yeah, I bet the line would still be the same even if they were both healthy.
It's DiVincenzo, Forbes, Middleton, Giannis, Brook, and then you got Ingles, Bogdanovic.
Yeah.
Starting on the other side.
So I think you can still play Donovan Mitchell. The dude has been just doing well, and it's not like Drew Holiday's in here to guard him. This is Milwaukee gives up a ton of threes. They give up a ton of like inside points. They give up a ton of everything because they played a faster pace, which hasn't changed. Like you're telling me that Middleton obviously could guard Mitchell. I just don't see that happening. I don't see Middleton pushing the point guard. I don't know you're telling me Dante DiVincenzo or Forbes is going to guard Mitchell? A joke. So I really like Mitchell on both. Like, what's his price on FanDuel?
He is 83 on FanDuel.
Yeah, I like him on both sites. It's really good price tags. I don't mind having Kevin Huerter and Donovan Mitchell as my shooting guards. Like, that's a really good pair. He's just been doing really well. If this game's going to be close, then it has to be because of Donovan Mitchell shooting 23, 24, 25 times.
It has to be.
He's just that's the way. I mean, they're winning games still. Like this isn't over. And I will say this on FanDuel, you're going to be playing Kevin Huerter or Jordan Clarkson. I prefer Huerter. That's just me. A shooting guard is just between Mitchell, Clarkson, and Huerter. It's kind of loaded. Just between those three because you're going to have to pick between those three right now that I'm looking at. So
that
on DraftKings for me, you can always play Giannis. What?
Sorry, that just kind of puts Forbes kind of out of play, at least on FanDuel, because he's shooting guard only.
For FanDuel for sure. He's 4,100 on DraftKings. He had 17. He is shooting guard. He had 17 points at like halftime the other day, and then just fouled in the second half and didn't do anything else and didn't record another stat. So that's who he is, though. I'm not expecting him to get a bunch of rebounds or assists. He's just going to shoot. So 4,100 is too much of a price tag for him on an 11-game slate. If this was a 4-game slate, we're playing Bryn Forbes. He's a $4,100 starter. But on an 11-game slate, I don't need to get there. We have Peyton Pritchard. We probably have Isaiah Stewart. We have these people. And you could play Isaiah Stewart even if Mason Plumlee plays because Okafor is out. Blake Griffin's going to be out. I expect him to at least get 20 minutes. I don't know why they would run Mason Plumlee out in a game that they're probably going to lose. So I think Isaiah Stewart you could play regardless. I'm not going to play him in cash if Mason Plumlee's in, but I'm just saying you could still play him. But continuing on this game, it's Giannis, it's Donovan Mitchell, it's Chris Middleton, it's Rudy Gobert, and that's kind of it. On DraftKings, I don't want any of these other options. Ingles and Clarkson are too expensive for me on DraftKings. Dante DiVincenzo's priced at where he should be, but on an 11 game slate, I just don't know if I need to get there. I think he's going to be fine. I think if you played Dante DiVincenzo in DraftKings cash, it wouldn't be the worst thing. He's gonna pay off most likely. I just don't know what his ceiling is above that. I would want him to be able to get 40, and I think he can push that. It's just a tougher matchup, and I don't know if I want to be there. So, Middleton and Giannis have picked up a lot of the assists upside that Drew Holiday was getting, so it kind of hurts. It doesn't hurt Dante. Obviously, he still helps him, but he isn't gaining as much as I thought he would be in that starting point guard.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, it's going to be really hard between Clarkson and Herter today, for sure. They're both.
It's Herter for me. It's not potentially close.
Yeah, I do like Clarkson. They're going to need some scoring for sure in this game to keep it close. So.
Okay, what do you think about? We got a ton of. Okay, Frank. 1 minute. Frank Mason is out tonight. Cole Anthony's questionable. Evan Fournier's questionable. Mason Plumlee's out. Play Isaiah Stewart. Kevin Durant won't have a minutes limit tomorrow. Josh Jackson is probable. Sequoia Demboya is listed out. These are all Pistons guys. We'll go back. I'll go to talk about Pistons news later in the slate. Let's move to the next slate or the next site. Game. Jesus Christ.
I gotcha.
Yeah. I think we talked enough about Milwaukee and Utah.
Yeah, for sure. All right, next up we've got the.
This is the next one we've got to talk about.
Yeah, we got the Thunder taking on the Nuggets. The Nuggets are 12-point favorites. The over/under is 222.
Yeah, the Nuggets definitely should be 12-point favorites. But again, let me see how many people OKC has available. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 with Roby. Okay, if Roby plays, he is questionable. Okay, let's see who is good priced. Hamidou Diallo is 7K. I don't mind playing that still. The dude is the starting point guard. He's getting a double-double when he's been the starting point guard. So this is a terrible 12 and a half. Why are we playing people? They only have 8 people. They have to play 240 minutes. 9 people with Roby. Roby doesn't impact Diallo. Diallo is the only ball handler on this team beside Kendrick Williams. And I was super surprised. Kendrick Williams shot insane last game. So take that with a grain of salt. But I was very surprised about that. I was way off of Kendrick Williams that night. It didn't matter. We still cashed. But so for me, it's going to be OKC people. I'm not really much interested in the Denver side. I think they're all probably too priced up. I'm not even looking at them right now. I'll look at them in a second. So Diallo obviously can play. Horford at 6,700. You can definitely still play it. A little bit more priced up than I wanted. But you can definitely still play him. He's going to get 30 minutes in a regular. Both of these last 2 games have gone to overtime. Or no, the last one didn't. He played 34 because he played all the fourth quarter when they were trying to push it to overtime. He played 34 in overtime, then played 34 regulation. Sorry about that. Because I was like, holy crap, if this game goes to overtime again, that's gonna be hilarious. So Diallo has played 41 in overtime and then 38 regulation. He's gonna play 38 minutes again. So I love Diallo. I don't mind Kendrick Williams. I don't mind Horford. Bazley's really the only one that I'm not 100% on. He's playing gigantic. He played 43 minutes in regulation last game. He's just not doing a ton with him, and this isn't an easy matchup either. So he's the one I'm kind of off. Lugwins Dort, you're going to look at his 31.75 game last game and his 41 minutes, be like, wow, he's a pretty good play at 4,900. He's not. He hit 4 shots in the last 3 or 4 minutes of overtime and had a steal with an assist. I was watching, or not overtime, regulation. So he was doing a ton. I don't like his price tag of 4,900. Way off on that. Muscala is in play if no Isaiah Roby, but this is a 9 o'clock game, so it's gonna be tough for us to have news. Anyone that's listening as a member, please be ready for switches. It's a big slate. We have a ton of news. Just be ready. So for me, it's Diallo. Sprinkle in some Kendrick Williams. You can obviously play Al Horford, and that's it. Don't play Darius Miller. Don't play Justin Jackson. These are the 2 guys that aren't getting a ton of minutes. Justin Jackson got 27, and Darius Miller had. So I know Darius Miller. He's 3K on an 8-man or 9-man team. That's all he's going to play is teens of minutes. He is the lowest minute person of this group. So Yeah, that's it. Let me look at the Denver side just real quick to make sure. Jamal Murray 6,800, take some GPP shots, and then on DraftKings, don't worry about any of this team.
Yeah, for sure. Has blowout written all over it for me, so I'm always a little gun shy there.
Yeah. If you don't have anything on FanDuel, let's move on to the next game because we got to talk about the Pistons at the end.
Yeah, I don't have anything to talk about. We got the Cavs taking on the Blazers. The Blazers are 3.5-point favorites. The over/under is 222. See if we got any news. Injury news. So Larry Nance is still out.
Yeah, Kevin Love, C.J. McCollum, Nurkic all still out.
Yep.
I don't expect Dellavedova to play anything like that.
No.
So all these normal people are out or gonna stay out. Dame Lillard under 10K can always play him. I'm not on Drummond still. You can take GPP shots on him on DraftKings, fine.
Yeah, I mean he's definitely cheap enough. Isn't this a good matchup for him against Cantor?
So yeah, Cantor historically is bad on defense. He only gives Embiid problems. He doesn't even give. It's not like he gives Embiid problems. He just plays really well against Embiid for whatever reason. Just 8,200 is. You can.
Yeah, I think it's a good price.
I expect him to play good, like 30 to 34 minutes in a close game. I expect this game to probably be close. Portland is on a back-to-back, so that helps. Portland doesn't play good defense. It's not for me on an 11-game slate. There's other people in his price range at other positions that I want to get to. So, and my two centers on DraftKings are pretty much locked and loaded in my mind. So
yeah,
that's center utility. There's no room for me to get the Drummond.
Yep.
There's Isaiah Stewart obviously, and then I think Towns is a superior price to him.
For sure.
Sexton at 6,600. I really like that price tag. That's a really good price tag. I think he pays off that more often than not against Portland. None of the Portland guys besides Damian Lillard and Enes Kanter are in play for me. Those are the only two. They're priced just where they should be. Everyone else is priced above where they should be by a lot. Darius Garland at 5,700. I think you can take some shots on him. I don't mind him. So it's Lillard, Kanter, Sexton, Garland from this game. That's it on DraftKings.
Cool. Yeah. FanDuel, Dame is still less than 10K. I like him. Drummond, I like at GPP is at 8,200. Mm-hmm. I'm pretty much off. I'm off Cantor. Sexton's a good price tag, 6,500. I think Allen's a good price tag too. I mean, even at he's 6K, it's not a bad play. What do you think about these ancillary pieces for Portland? You know, like Gary Trent, Derrick Jones Jr., Covington.
They're all too priced up. They're all way too priced up.
Yeah. I
mean, on a 11-game slate, I'm gonna pay 5,800 for Gary Trent when Damian Lillard's playing. I'm gonna pay 5,600 for Carmelo Anthony. I'm gonna pay 5,900 for Robert Covington, or just no.
Yeah, Gary Trent 6,300. No thanks.
Yeah, no. I'm not paying any of this. Like Derrick Jones Jr. is the only one that I could think about getting to. He's 4K. If you needed a last value piece, like he's fine. That's the only one for Portland outside of Dame and Kanter.
Yeah, for sure. Okay, let's move on here. We've got the Grizzlies taking on the Lakers. Lakers are 7-point favorites. The over/under is 219.5. I think AD should play. This today. It says a toss up. I don't know.
I think it is. I think it's definitely a toss up. This Memphis team,
man, they got a lot.
Kyle Anderson is playing insanely well over the last 3 games, but look, they're not giving anyone minutes. It doesn't matter if you're playing well. It doesn't, nothing matters. DeLon Brooks got 30 minutes last time. John Morant got 31 minutes. Let's see, Kyle Anderson played insanely well. 24 minutes. He scored 27 points in 24 minutes. They didn't give him any more minutes. I don't want anything from Memphis. You can't. You can take GPP shots on him, fine, sure, but I don't want anything from this game, period. Kyle Kuzma's 5,900 if AD's out. If AD's in at 9,200, it's a really good play, but I can't, game plan for that for a 10 o'clock game for a 7 o'clock start. No. There's literally nothing that I want from this game. It is a complete write-off for me.
Fair enough, yeah.
I hate when Memphis is on slates because I even have to talk about them. They play everybody the same amount of minutes. I don't care.
Yeah.
If their prices keep dropping, we get Morant down to mid-6s, fine, good. If we get Kyle Anderson at 5K flat, good. If we get Brooks sub 5K, maybe. Like I mean, just I don't care at their current prices.
Yeah, I don't think Slow-Mo is bad at 57 on FanDuel. He's small forward. It's not terrible.
I've almost played him each of the last 3 slates that he's blown up, but I keep going. No, he's not. I don't know what minutes he's gonna play. Yeah. Like I have no effing idea. So I don't know how you can.
They're so variant. I mean, I'm looking through them right now. It's crazy.
It's awful. I mean, like J-Val's the only one that I think could have a GPP tournament winning upside at his current price, and because he's always played. Yeah. It's like 26 to 32 minutes. He's always played that. Very rarely will you see a huge minute game from Joe Val. And I don't even know why it happens. But Joe Val can get you 60 points in 25 minutes. He's the only one I see him having tournament winning upside. And he takes away your center. So I don't want any of it.
Yep. I agree. All right, man. Let's move on to the last game. We've got the Magic taking on the Kings. Kings are 8.5-point favorites. The over/under is 223, and we've got Mike Carter-Williams questionable, Anthony's questionable, Fournier's game time decision. Frank Mason is out, right?
Yeah. Yep, he's out.
And then Aaron Gordon is out. All right. What do you like from this game?
Frank Mason chalk night was hilarious last night.
He got 0, minutes, right?
Groin injury, out. Oh yeah. I mean, if we didn't get the Isaiah Stewart news on FanDuel, I would have just switched over to him. On DraftKings, I would have just switched to Terrence Ross, like I told people to do. Terrence Ross, 37 points. I imagine if we get 20 points. Let me see how far we were off on FanDuel. We didn't have a guy play. Let me see, $25. What was the cash line? $289. Yeah, I mean, if we get 22 from Herder, or God, not from Herder, from what's his fucking name?
Hero.
If we get 22 from Hero, we cashed. So it's really annoying that we didn't cash. That was gonna be an easy cash. Hero was gonna get us 22 against Houston. It's tough. I mean, Embiid, Ross and Stewart were good pivots. Jeremy Grant didn't do great, but I mean, we did the right pivots to the lineup when we put the news that we had. So,
yeah, for sure.
Like, it was all fine. Vucevic at 9,400. That's a really good price tag for him on DraftKings. I think he's really competing with Towns for that last spot. That other center spot. It's going to be him or Towns. I'm not really sold on it yet. That's what I'm saying. I don't know how you could get the Drummond. Isaiah Stewart is a lock now. No question about it. Do not start a lineup without him on either site. He is 100% in GPPs. If you're playing 150, if you're playing 1,000, he is a lock. You're a 3,100 starting center that just got 30 points last night. Played 31 minutes. Went up against Miles Turner. He's going to play no matter what. It doesn't matter if they're down 40. There's no Okafor. There's no Mason Plumlee. There's no Sekou Doumbouya now. There's not going to be Blake Griffin. This is a 100% play if you're playing GPPs. If you're playing whatever, 100% play. He'll be chalk on both sides, but he'll be like 95%. So beat the 5% of the field. So then Vucevic or Towns, you're going to have to decide. Fox at 9K is just astronomically stupid. He's going off, but there's just no way you should pay 9K for Fox. Fournier, if he plays at 5,900, isn't bad, but again, we're not going to know this news until way after lock. Now, there is 3 other games this time that you can switch people. I really like Cole Anthony, and I really hope that he plays tonight. The problem is, if I want Cole Anthony, then I have to build lineups with Terrence Ross initially and leave 400 left on the table because I have to be able to switch to someone, and there's not going to be much else. I'm just gonna see because I really like Cole Anthony on DraftKings. 5,200 is ridiculous with how he's been playing. But between the 3 late games, like at 10 o'clock, there's nothing to switch to and blow him. So if you're this may be something that I am doing today. I may put in Terrence Ross at my guard, build the lineup, then switch to Cole Anthony and provide that core. and leave the $400 for us to move to Terrence Ross if Cole Anthony's out. So I don't mind doing that. Frank Mason we know is out. So Cole Anthony at 5,200 is just ridiculous. He didn't have to have an MRI. They didn't have to push him on the front end of a back-to-back yesterday. I understand that. Play him tonight. I completely understand that. I can see that happening. So I think that's a good strategy to do. And then Terrence Ross is a great play if all these people are out. He just got 37 last night. He played 41 minutes. Like that's awesome. He's still coming. He's going to be still coming off the bench. With Frank Mason hurt, he could be the starting point guard. If everybody that was out last night is out again tonight, he could be the starting point guard. I have no idea. I don't know what else they're going to do. It's Vooch that are going to score the basketball. I will say. I'm on guard. Okay. James Ennis at 4,500 is a great play. I liked him yesterday. We had him initially yesterday. Like, if honestly, like Isaiah Stewart actually didn't make the DK lineup, it probably would have the original lineup may have done because I'm actually curious. It was probably pretty close overall. Like the initial build or the later build, which one scored more? So the top was all the same. So Brogdon, Simmons, Stewart. Vooch scored the same as Simmons. It was probably like within a point or two. So if you didn't get the pivots on DraftKings and you switched to Ross, you were still fine. That was part of the core. That was all the bottom. If you filled in, whatever. That didn't really change much. That's funny because Ennis and Ross both went off. I like Ennis again tonight. He's playing minutes. The only thing that worries me is on the back-to-back, and he just played 39. They're still kind of treating him carefully, but he's a really good price. We know Frank Mason's out. Michael Carter Williams is off the injury report. I think I saw. He's off the injury report. I don't know what his minutes are going to look like tonight. So I expect him to be on a minutes limit. He's definitely not starting. He wasn't playing except when he was starting. He wasn't playing a ton before. He played 31, 27, 24, 23, 19, 18. I don't think it really changes too much for me because if Fournier's out, if Cole Anthony's out, it really opens up a lot. So we'll just have to see. It sucks that this game is the last on the slate, but it is what it is. So yeah, that's about it. All Sacramento's priced wrong except for Rashawn Holmes, and he's just not a cash game play for me a lot of the times.
Yeah. Do you have anything else that sticks out to you?
No, not at all. Let's go back to Detroit when you're done.
Yeah, I don't really have a whole lot. I really like Vooch. He's 98. He's creeping up on 10. He'll be there. I'm assuming soon. He's playing like crazy.
He'll be there next slate.
Yeah, probably. What do you think about James Ennis?
I love James Ennis. That's all I'm saying.
Is he he's actually a good player, or is he just going to get a bunch of minutes?
It's the injuries right now that he's just able to step into a scoring role.
Gotcha.
He was good last year before injury and stuff like that. He was having a really good streak for a while. He was injured to start this season, so he could get back to that. We saw a 6K James Ennis last year, so we could see it again. It's not out of the realm of possibilities for sure.
Okay. All right, well that wraps that up. Let's talk about the Detroit news. I'm going back to that.
So game. I've said Isaiah Stewart's name about 50 times on this podcast. Just play him. We know Mason Plumlee's out. So Sekou Doumbouya being out affects. So I don't think that we've heard about Blake Griffin yet. He's going to be out though. Let's see, where's the Detroit game on this? We haven't heard anything about Blake Griffin. He's going to be out. If he plays, it would be a miracle. I don't see him playing. So Sekou Doumbouya being out is going to open up more minutes for Saddiq Bey. So 3,400 for Saddiq Bey on DraftKings. He's going to get to shoot as much as he wants tonight. I really like him. Like I said, Josh Jackson is going to be fine if he gets a start. I don't know if he will. I don't want Wayne Ellington at 4K. So it's Isaiah Stewart. It's Saddiq Bey. That's about it. You can take GPP shots on Dennis Smith Jr. He played 16 minutes last night. They may not play DeLon Wright a ton tonight. Who knows? I don't know what this team's point guard future is going to be when Killian Hayes is still hurt, so I don't know. But yeah, I like Sadiq Bey now. I expect him to start when we get the Blake Griffin out news.
Cool. Yeah, I mean,
All right.
that pretty much wraps everything else up. Let's go ahead and give our flag plants and we'll get on out of here. We didn't hit our we didn't hit our live goal, so we won't be giving out a free package today, unfortunately. So I think we only got up to like 12 or 13 live viewers. So
and
yeah, we'll hit it next time.
Monday.
That's all right. Yeah, we'll be back Monday. Thanks for coming out. So Zach likes Donovan Mitchell.
Actually, yes, Monday. Yeah, Monday. We can do it. Yeah, sorry. I have a residency meet and greet from 7 to 8 on Monday. So
morning.
7 to 8.
Yeah, is it in the morning? I'm assuming.
No, it's at night. I'll be able to still provide everything like that. So.
Cool. All right. Yeah. Let me look through here a little bit so I can give you my favorite play on FanDuel. It's tough. There's a lot of good plays today. Big slate.
Yeah. Donovan Mitchell.
Yeah.
Donnie M.
If I don't hate it. Let's see. I think it's going to be super chalky, and I hate to go there, but I don't see how you get away from Westbrook at all. I really.
Oh yeah.
I'm not sure how chalky he's going to be. Do you have ownership on your side?
No, I don't have anything yet.
Okay. Well, I'm getting like 15%, so.
He'll come up.
Yeah, he'll definitely come up, but I just don't.
It's gonna be different. It's gonna be different from FanDuel to DraftKings too, because DraftKings you have multiples of stuff. On FanDuel, there's other good point guards, so he could be a little bit different.
Yeah, just lock in Westbrook and Stewart and move on.
Yep.
There you go.
I like it.
All right, guys. Thanks for coming out. That wraps up our show today, and we'll be back on Monday, and we'll see you soon.